Hi Royalists, Lady Caramel here again. This is my Friday video. Good morning to you. It's the weekend already and I cannot believe it. And since I started doing these videos again, I am now really realizing how quickly the week goes. Anyway, here with me once again is Mama Caramel. She has graced us with her presence today. I had to coax her though. Not the first time, but the second time. I'm not sure if she's liking this spotlight. Anyway, today, guys, we're going to do a mother-daughter tag. And I have a series of questions to ask her. And she does not know what these questions are. So this should be interesting.
Now, how far back do you want me to go? How far back in terms of a child when you were born, when you were a toddler?
Toddler. Let's go toddler.
You were a quiet child, a very, very quiet child. You would cry only if you were in need of food or need changing. You were also a little,
A little sweet child.
yes, inquisitive. I'd say inquisitive.
Okay.
You like to look around and to do little things that will surprise me most of the time. Like to do things for yourself. Once you were shown how to do certain things like tying your shoelace, you didn't want to be shown again. Sometimes you didn't always succeed in doing it right, but you insist on doing it, which is a very positive trait in a child. You liked school and
That
you
stopped.
started, pardon me?
That stopped.
You started school early and you liked school and your teachers, you were very impressed with your teachers. And although it wasn't a lot of like heavy work to do, it was mostly play actually, but you would always get up in the morning and be ready for school. I can't recall you saying you didn't want to go to school when you were really young.
Okay. Okay. On to the next question.
I think it is a very good idea. For one, you like to talk, and only since you've been an adult that you like to talk a lot. I find you are interested in a lot of things. You're a very sociable person, and a lot of your ideas I find I listen to, because although many adults do not like to listen to their children, I think we can learn a lot from our young people, because they see things differently, and there are always new ways of looking at things. There's
Yeah.
more than, if you put 5 or so people in a room and you put an object there and you ask each of them something about that
Yeah.
object, they'll have different opinion
opinions.
about it.
Very
Therefore,
true.
it is good to listen to the young, those of us who are older. We all have our point of view, and as older people, we try to get the younger people to understand certain things about life because of our experiences. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. I find that you have your own opinion about things, which rightly it is okay to have your own opinion. At times you will listen, but I find that sometimes you think you know particular subject or a subject matter, and you're reluctant or argumentative.
Very
And
true.
when we advise our children or talk to them about things, it is because we have been there, done that. And we also know the consequences of certain mistakes that our children make in life. And some of them you don't recover from. And this is why when we see our children go in a particular way, we try to bring them back, because we want them to be better than us. We don't want them to have the same pitfalls or fall in the same pit that we do. We want them to do a lot better. And I'm very pleased when I see young people like you and others do well, hold your own, be able to talk positively about things that you believe in. That is a plus. And I find that you have that gift. You have that gift, and I wish that you continue to explore how far you can go in this project that you undertake.
Thank you, Mama.
You're welcome. I can't think of anything right offhand as funny, but I know you were a very sensible child, and you were very practical, and you act well above your age. And I recall that there was an accident in a certain location where we lived, and your elder sister wanted to open the window and to look out. And sure enough, you were the younger of the two, but you tell her no. You insisted that she didn't open the window because it would have been dangerous to do so. So those are things that I admire about you, that you were very serious about life from a young age, you know. So maybe I'll come up with something funny later on. Well, you know my thoughts on beauty.
Yeah, I do.
I think we are all born with natural beauty. Some people need a little extra to enhance what they think God has given them. They want to put a little bit extra, and they think they beautify themselves by putting on additional, well, makeup. And it makes them feel a particular way. Personally, I have never used makeup. I see that
Lip gloss only.
Lip gloss, yeah, lip gloss.
So I
only.
didn't get that love of makeup from her at all.
That is true. Because I think we were made in the image of God, and therefore we are all beautiful in our own ways. And it is not just the facial look. We must all remember that the inner you is what bring out the outer beauty in
Agreed.
a person.
Agreed.
And if you're confident and think a lot of yourself and know that you were made in God's image and you're beautiful as you are, I don't see the need for a lot of makeup. But I do understand that some people, like yourself, like to put on makeup, although I don't think it is necessary a lot of the times.
And by the way, she detests my purple hair, okay?
Yes, I don't wear false things, and I don't like false things personally.
Has it always been that way though, Mom?
Personally. Yeah, it's always been that way. I cannot recall wearing a wig. I cannot recall using makeup except for when I lived abroad. I used like lip gloss to moisten my lips because of the weather. You know, it was so harsh, so your lips get really dry. But if you look at my pictures, you will see that I took natural pictures without anything added to my face, my eyes. And in fact,
Ever.
I cannot imagine putting things on my eyes.
Ever.
Because your eyes are very sensitive, and I cannot imagine putting on mascara and eyelashes and that sort of thing, because those things are foreign to your body. So that is my take on makeup. However, I will add that if that makes you feel good, there's nothing wrong with feeling good.
Building that confidence. Yeah.
Makeup for most people helps them to grow and to develop confidence in themselves. So in that sense, I will say it is okay for some people to do makeup if that makes them feel better. And I do hope, however, that they reach the point where they look at themselves in the mirror and say, I am as beautiful as ever. I'm beautiful without
Yeah,
makeup.
and don't use it as a crutch.
Don't use it as a crutch, right?
Yeah.
Right. Where everywhere you're going, you're putting on these things on your face. And sometimes it actually causes medical problems because if you don't clean your face
Long-term
properly,
use.
that's right, you get your pores blocked up and you get a lot of acne and other things
Yeah.
that is not helpful if you think you need makeup. You know, then it will even get worse that you will need makeup to cover
the
blemishes
and
that
the
you
acne.
create a lot of the time.
Yeah.
A habit, I wouldn't say it's weird
A
because
weird
I
one.
dare say many people do it, but
Listen, don't air out my business.
there is one thing that I do not particularly like about you is that you stay up late at night, stay up late and go to bed late. Therefore, waking up in the morning is a problem. So
I naturally just don't
another
consider
one,
myself a morning person.
another one that I do not particularly like is that when I'm talking to you, you interject too much. I want you to listen to what I have to say first before you say what you have to say, because that brings about a better understanding of what the person is trying to say. If you talk across the person, then you will not get the real meaning of what the person is trying to say to you.
Yeah.
And another thing is that you get annoyed quickly. If it is an issue that you think we have talked about before, you do not want to hash it up, but sometimes it needs rehashing. You get annoyed with me and you will say, yes, mom, and walk away. And I don't think that that is particularly good, because a mother and daughter relationship is one that should be close. And we should be able to confide in your parent about what's going on with you.
Yeah.
In fact, the first person you should tell your problems to, and I always told my daughters that, is your parent. You tell your friends do not have the experience a lot of the times to advise you, and sometimes they put you wrong. But I would always say to you and your sister that, tell me what is going on. Even if it's a horrible issue, let me know, because I am your mom. There's nobody that can love you apart from God as much as I do.
Yeah.
And I know that. I would rename you. I love the name Cassandra. I think it
Really?
is a lovely
I never
name.
knew that.
Yes, Cassandra.
So tell your
But
other
your
children to have children,
father.
and they can name their female children Cassandra.
Yes, Cassandra is a nice name.
Yeah.
Cassandra.
Your other children. So hopefully my siblings are going to watch this video and see that I said, your firstborn daughter shall be Cassandra.
As a young person, it's basically junk foods. Junk food,
No!
by that I say you like burgers and fries. Mostly
I
baked
like burgers
burgers.
and fries.
Yes, well, yes, you do, burgers and fries. As you grow older, your tastes change, and I found that you are experimenting with other foods, which is a good thing.
I thought you would have said
Unless, of
sushi.
course, is unclean food. Well, now that you're grown, you like sushi, yes.
Yeah, I thought you would have said sushi.
No, that's a loaded question.
Oh my
I
goodness. Loaded meaning you will offload on me and YouTube now?
not really, but I just want you to complete your education, to advance your career, and to do well in life. It doesn't matter what it is you end up doing in my book, as long as you have a good foundation. And I always say to you, okay, you like hairdressing, you like those sort of things, but you need to have a good standard education. Because if you want to be an entrepreneur, which is what I think you're aiming for, you need to be able to handle your own business so that you don't get pushed around.
Yeah.
People want to steal your few coppers, you know. You have to be able to manage well. And if you can't manage well and your employees see that you are not good at what you're doing in terms of managing your business, they will definitely take advantage of you.
Yeah.
So my wish for you is that you complete your education goal, and that you pursue whatever it is that you want to do with vigor and vitality and confidence. When you graduated from high school, you did secondary school. You did extremely well, and I'm also proud of you because now you're a mother, and I am proud of how you are handling motherhood. Being a mother to my grandson, I am proud of the responsibility that you have taken upon yourself in terms of rearing a child, because it is not easy to rear a child, and you have to give of your best. And now you will understand, as a mother, why I do talk so much and try to encourage my children to walk the path, the path which will lead them into the light. Because without the light, you're in darkness. And whereas light can penetrate darkness, darkness cannot penetrate light. So you must be the light. I am glad you asked me that question. There's one thing that I would change. If I had to do this over again, I would make sure, regardless of how busy I am, that I take my children to church. I regret very much not giving my daughters the foundation, the spiritual foundation that they needed in early life.
Okay.
And you make excuses and you say, you know, you were busy and this and that. But anybody in the listening of this conversation, remember, you have young ones. Bring them up in the spiritual atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because what you teach them, they might even go away from the church, but they not depart from them. The teaching that you give them will always be a part of them.
Yeah.
And it will help to form them and for them to help their children when they do have young ones. It is a foundation that is worth having, and if I had to do it over again, I would make sure I would put a lot more effort into getting my girls a good spiritual foundation.
Anyway, guys, we're going to end it right here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all we have said today was both entertaining and helpful, and some of the words of Mama Caramel would inspire you to be better mothers and to have better relationships with your children and your daughters especially. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, and I'll see you on Monday.